So one of the worst things about not being able to eat out right now is burgers, because you can't make them at home. Wrong. You can, and I'm going to show you the best way to do it if you make it at home, smash burger style. Mine are going to be like a hybrid, influenced by that West Coast church In-N-Out burger. I'd love to go. Someone buy me a ticket. And Shake Shack, we have one of those in London. It's really simple. The story starts with the secret sauce. Get that out of the way, and then you can crack on with everything else. So the story, like so many good stories, starts with mayonnaise. That's going to lay the creamy foundation for your incredible burger sauce. Now, ketchup, that's for colour, also for a bit of sweetness. So I don't really like garlic powder ever, in any context. So maybe fried chicken. But I do love spicy stuff, and sriracha has a little bit of garlic in there. So I'm going to put some sriracha in mine. Next up, you need yellow American mustard for this. And then finally, about a tablespoon of very, very finely chopped or minced. What even are these? For goodness grief. Pickles. I've gone for Mrs. Elwood. About a tablespoon, very, very finely chopped or minced. And then finally, a tiny little bit of sweet smoked paprika. And that's it. I'm going to give it a mix, and you know, it might need a bit of salt. Some things do. So that's my sauce, and it could be yours. You can put anything you like in there. It's not a secret anymore. It's still delicious though. So you can do caramelized onions in lengths. It's probably what you usually think of doing, but in this instance, we're going to be dicing it. So you're going to have like little clumps, a little cluster of amazing caramelized onions. So it starts with a good healthy knob of butter, and then I'm going to put a little bit of oil in there just so the butter doesn't catch and doesn't burn. And then straight in with all of my diced onions. A good pinch of salt. When I caramelize onions, I like to start it on a high heat, because you're also adding salt, which draws moisture out, which is going to drop the temperature. So you want to maintain that high heat by balancing out the evaporation of the water, the moisture, with a high temperature underneath. And then it will cool down naturally because that water is coming out. This has been on a low heat now for about 15 minutes. They went translucent, then they went lightly brown. Now they're going like a good dark caramelized brown. Now we're gonna chuck in a little bit of water. Chuck it into the pan and then scrape that fond away. That's gonna make all of your onions taste absolutely delicious, because all of that color on the bottom of the pan is just flavor. Like that. It smells redonkulous. You've got to take your time if you want amazing burgers. It's gonna be good stuff. Let's talk about buns. You don't need anything fancy. You definitely don't want anything floury like ciabatta. That's not what we're going for. You want a cheap-ish brioche bun. We can't get Martin's potato rolls over here in the UK. I wish we could, because yes, they're the best. We know they are. But you know, you just got to work with what you got. So I'm just going to brush each side with some butter. You could do mayonnaise. You could just dry toast them, but that's not as good or tasty. Go right edge to edge like that. Medium-high pan. So you want those to take on some color, and you don't necessarily need them to steam all the way through, because I'm going to show you a trick. You know when you get a burger at the burger place and it's wrapped up in its little package? That's the secret. Something steamy and amazing happens when you put it inside there. Get him in there. Wrap him up. Get rid of him. And he's going to sit there until our burgers are ready. So repeat that with the rest of your buns, and then you can smash some patties. Let's talk about beef quickly. You need good beef for this, and you need a fat ratio of at least 20%. You can buy this in the supermarket, but best thing to do is to go down to your butcher, especially at the moment, because they really need your support, and ask them to mince it for you. I've just gone for straight chuck, but you could use things like oxtail, sirloin, feather blade, all sorts of amazing cuts. Your butcher can sort you out. So what I've got here is two, because we're going double, 2 balls, and I haven't packed it really tight. Don't do that, because that's going to change the texture of your burger. I'm going to season it just on one side. That's one part of the story. Next part of the story, what you're going to smash it with. I'm using a small frying pan, and then I'm going to use my weight, which is a fair amount, to press down the burger, to flatten it onto the bottom of the pan. Listen to that. Next, piece of greaseproof paper. Put him on top. This is crazy. What's he doing? Peel him off. That's success. Oh, look at him. This is a special one. Now we're going to go down with cheese. American cheese, processed cheese, that's what you want. Don't put cheddar on it. A little bit of water, and then lid on. That's going to steam the cheese, get it melting over the edges. Wow, this is good. Look at him. So that's one of your burgers, okay? we're gonna make 2. So he's gonna come out now. And we want this to cook only on one side really. We're not looking to brown the other side so much. We want to get all the flavour on this bottom half here. And because you've got enough fat running through the meat, it's not going to dry out and doesn't burn. And you can tell when he's ready to flip, when you get the moisture rising to the top. Now we're going to go down with cheese, caramelised onions. Something steamy and amazing happens when you put it inside there. Oh, it's going to be good stuff. And don't worry if they break up, that's the point. We're going for flavour, not necessarily beauty, although these are stunning. He comes out to join his mate and he goes straight into my bun. Here is my crispy butter fried, then steamed bun. Then we're talking secret sauce, shredded lettuce, iceberg lettuce, the best lettuce there ever was. Approximately 3 or 4 pickles. You need them in there for crunch. Then it's down with patty number 1, just look at that. That is a joke. Then you're gonna slide on your cheese patty. He's gonna try and slip away, but we're not gonna let him do that. And then finally, the steamed, crispy top bun lacquered with a bit more of the secret sauce. Look at him. So it's Lockdown Burgers 0, the world 1. I cannot explain how it smells. Looks a joke, you've already seen that. I'm gonna cut it, don't at me. Yeah, this is a really good example of something you don't have to miss. Cooking at home, if it looks like that, I'm staying in, I'm never leaving. You gotta make that. That is extremely serious. Huh. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Shelf Life, where food and happiness meet. Remember, comment below if you'd like to see me make something. Otherwise, I'll just keep making these. Proper.